This is the final call for LTU Flight 261 with service to Dusseldorf. Immediate boarding at gate B26. Eins, 551 nach Düsseldorf. Bitte begeben Sie sich umgehend zu Gate B26.
Audio check, audio check. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Alright, we're departing from the Diavik Diamond Mine Airport. That's a 5,000 foot, it's sort of paved. It's plowed. We have the wind straight down the runway. It's probably, I'm putting down, I'm going to say that's 270, 20 knots. It's kind of hard to tell. 15 to 20 knots is going to be our winds here. And we are departing to the north, and we're looking. This is going to be a pretty sketchy airport. I'll explain in the air, though. We're going to get going here. Alright, we're going to just do a quick final gut check of the aircraft. Okay, auxiliary fuel tank. Radio set. Looking pretty good here. We're ready to go. We're already picking up ice on the ground. It's going to be rough. It's a pretty sketchy flight. It's probably not going to work. I'm going to give it a try, though, because it's going to be my only chance to fly this week, so here we go. Right, power up. Right. Oh, there's a bit of wind on that. Right. Look at that. That's a little more, where's the windsock? That was more crosswind than when I taxied down here, I feel. Tend to do a quick cruise checklist here. Close my cowl flaps. Where's that windsock? There it is, there it is. Yeah, it's shifted, hasn't it? Have a look at that windsock. There it is, there it is. That's a heading of what? Yeah, more like 290. Okay, I'm going to correct my, I'm going to say the winds are 290 at about 15-20 knots. Let's get back in the aircraft here. Trim nose, we'll be 2,000 feet. I mean, we're not in the clouds. This is very good, but there's a little bit of ice. We got no airspeed, as you can see on the instrumentation. So we're picking up a little bit of problems here. A little too much 030. I'm looking for a course heading about. We're going to start at 0, and then I'm going to start thinking about that wind correction. Where are we here? Let's what are we leveling here about? Oh, look at that hole in the clouds. That's like my, what, one opportunity to get on top of this cloud deck? It's tempting. I'm going to have to think about that. I'm going to have to, because look at this ice. Like, it'd be kind of nice to not get trapped by low weather. But, it's going to be a tough flight. There's a lot of factors here. We have ice, we have low weather. It's a long trip, it's a pretty sketchy airport. This is a pretty bad idea flight for sure. Look at that that sunlight on the distance. I think we're gonna get to some better weather. That makes the hole tempting, but you know what? You really can't ever climb these holes. It's just really not a true thing, you know. Or trim. I should probably check the mixture. Need a quick gut check here. What do we got here? 2,200. Let me just... I don't want to get much more altitude because of all this ice and what snow or whatever is happening out here. We're on the auxiliary fuel tank. And we could save some gas. We want to be about 10 gallons per hour. Not this 11 BS, man. We got a long flight here. This northern Canada gets pretty scarce on airports, at least certainly in Microsoft Flight Sim. Alright, here's the hole. Yeah, okay, it was good. We're good. Good course here. Level about 2,300. Course about 0. No way, man. There's no way I could get through that hole. Look at that. It's so small. I can't. Maybe just, but I'll just be like loaded with ice by the time I get out of that. No, I don't think so. Real life, could you make that hole? Yeah, maybe. It's actually, that would be easier in real life than it is in the sim, I think, because you could really see the defined edges of the clouds, and then you can just kind of like, especially in a biplane, you could just steep turn your way up through that little hole, not touch the sides, not pick up any ice, get on top, and maybe you could fly to better weather out here to the north. It's a really good, and you could have a good chance here. But in the sim, no, it'll just be loaded with ice. So what's the elevation around here? About 1,800? Okay, I gotta think about this wind correction. Although it looks like we're heading into some better weather. Let's think about that. Oh, who knows my airspeed here? Darn it. I don't know what my airspeed is because of the, we got a little ice in the pitot tube here. We can't get an airspeed reading. I have the altimeter's working because I have the alternate static air within the flight deck, but the pitot tube, which points out into the forward, direction of flight, is iced up. Hit ice immediately here. Okay, so let's doing a quick wind thinking here. Probably gonna be 350, I bet. Looking for I'm thinking the winds are about what there. I mean, they're sort of high. I'd say 15 knots. Let's call it 15. It might be worse. I'm going to put 20 in. I think I'm just we're gonna say 20. A little more to the north here. Okay, so 20 knots of wind. I'm doing this on the E6B. It's a little like circular flight planning tool. Doing 20 knots, and we're saying that what is our on-course heading here is about, let's call it, let's just say it's 0. That's about right for this airport that I'm looking for here. Look at all this ice down here. There's our winds. It's almost a tailwind. Look at that. That can't be right. Way. No, that's no tailwind. My attention is divided here. I'm trying to fly. I'm trying to calculate, think about what I'm doing here. Whole thing, so I'm going to focus in for a moment here. You all enjoy the view. Let's say we're doing like 140 knots. I mean, it's kind of hard to say. Yeah, that puts me actually like a decent headwind, actually. A little too much right rudder, isn't it? Let's say that puts us about 130 knots true. And my wind correction is actually serious here, isn't it? That's a decent hole. That's another hole that you could take VFR almost. Well, I mean, air traffic control probably wouldn't want you to take that hole. Pretty small for traffic, but I was like trying to survive. I'd take the hole. Yeah, that's like a 15 degree or a 10 degree correction. I prefer to round up or down on these wind corrections just because it's easier to I'm making my workload easier. So let's say we're gonna say 3, 4, 5. Go 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna try to hold this. Going to be my guess at the moment for my wind correction. I'm sorry, am I doing 25 degrees? I should be careful there. I'm doing my numbers badly. Should jump in the where we go, 2, 4. Clouds are rising too, so that's pretty good. I mean, this is decent. Yeah, we're good. I like it. I like 3, 4, 5 actually. Yeah, that's good. Throw in. Oh, so here's my thinking. Here's why I like 3, 4, 5. There's a large inlet that leads to the airport, and if I miss it to the right, which is the east, if you will, kind of the more east-northeast, if I miss it, I'm gonna be in real trouble. It's gonna be very difficult to find that airport. But if I'm just, you know, shy on the left and I'm off course by whatever degree, that's fine because I'll run into the inlet and then I can run it north and south to find the airport we're looking for. So this is the thinking here, is I'm going to try to stay more to the west than I am to the east. A little bit of correction here. I'm going to casually fly more to the west of the strategic plan here. I'm going to do a little just kind of notes and whatnot. The reason this airport's so sketchy, I have a few comments I'll discuss in a minute. Almost losing this ice here. I'm surprised the airspeed hasn't coming back. It's probably just too cold out here for anything to melt. I'm not getting ice accumulation, but it's not great. Those clouds out there. It's kind of variable on the weather, isn't it? It's mixture of good and bad. Look at this bay here. What is this? Is that water? We're gonna be over water here suddenly. Okay. What's happening here? This is not good. Look at these low clouds here. Might have to take my chances on top of this cloud deck. They're really low clouds. Look at that. It goes, what are these, like probably snow squalls is probably what these things are. Look at that. That's some ugly weather we have happening here. That's cutting me off to the north. Wait, let's, we're gonna go around here to the side. We're gonna have a look. 2,000 feet. Airspeed unknown. Doing a few calculations on my TAs and whatnot. It's gonna be tricky. So let's talk about this airport. This airport. Oh yeah, I can't go to the left. I mean to the right. I have to go to the left. Yeah, we have to get on top of this and take our chances on navigation. What's the best hole here? It's sort of yeah. Look at this bad weather. Yeah, right here. Right here, we're gonna do. We're gonna climb out of this hole here. Just try to stay clear of cloud. That's the goal here. 1,300. So we can't climb too fast. We have to shoot out right there. This airport. So on the map, on the Microsoft map, shows as Tuk Airport. But when I looked that up on Google Maps and online and whatnot, it's in the wrong place. It should be at the it was the Coppermine River in reality, but the Microsoft map, no way. It's on like a unnamed inlet that I can't find the name of. So I believe the Microsoft map for our purposes, but I think it's probably misplaced. Somebody probably dropped it there so that you could fly up here in northern Canada. But it's not the airport that they have it listed as. I think we're gonna make it through this working. Okay, let's gain a little altitude here. We probably can try to climb out of this mess now. So beautiful. We're in the far north of Canada here, outside the Diavik diamond mine, on our way to sort of an unknown airport. So this airport again. It's on the Microsoft map, but doesn't exist in real life, if you will. Not that I can find. It's really hard to tell out here. Maps are bad. So we're going to try to find that, and let's try to get back on course here. I think we can climb out about... Yeah, let's try this. I think we can get out of this cloud deck here. Oh, no idea what my airspeed is, which is the unfortunate part. We're going to check the mixture really quickly. Oh yeah, look at that gas. That down a bit. Alright, save some gas. But you know, I'd like to land there and continue my northern Canada route to Greenland. Really need to do either this, or I'm going to have to dive far to the south to get over to Greenland on the Microsoft map. So I'm happy to get through this, and then maybe after I'll submit a bug report that their airport's in the wrong place. But I'd like to get through this first. There's not much up here, and we're going to be at max fuel range on this airplane, this aircraft. Which, you know, they even give you an extra, I think, couple of gallons. The actual Pitts biplane is, I think it's 5 gallons less than what this thing has. It maybe it's not 5 gallons off, but one of the tanks is like wonky that way. Like one tank has more gas than it should, according to the pilot operating handbook. There we go. We're at 345. We're at 8,700. Lean just a hair. Well, not much more than that. That's probably about as much as we can lean on this thing. I'm trying to just save gas here. My on-course heading should be somewhere around 345. Now that we're at 9,000 feet, though, it's a very different situation. So I'm gonna start looking. I'm gonna look at the weather for a moment. Let you all have a look around. Let's see how this view looks. Oh, there's so many clouds out there. Big cloud deck. Be really lucky to find this airport, but I have to navigate very carefully, so I'm going to think about that. see if I can find the winds. What am I here? About 10,000 now? About 10 grand. You know, honestly, when I look at it, the winds even up here seem to be approximately the same, like 290. But maybe, you know, maybe a little bit of rotation. I could say I'm trying to guesstimate the winds here. Yeah, in the end, I think this 345 is as good as I'm going to get. Let's see if there's any weather out here. Is there anything out here? Nearest airports. Have some kind of automated ATC happening here? I hope not. Traffic signal. Oh, look at that. We're at 13,000 feet. We should put on the climb. This is good enough. I think we're out of the weather here. Pick up some speed, get going. We'll probably only encounter more headwind, if anything. There's no weather out here. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild guess is what this is gonna be. So don't have landmarks. Hard to tell what the wind is doing here. And we have one airport to make. It's not going to be work. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to keep that 345. Probably winds are correct, then that's kind of what I want to do. Let's level more down here, like 12 or something. Let's get some. Yeah, if we're getting, we really want to hold 140 knots as well. Just climbing into the maximum. You know, I get to the ceiling of this aircraft, and that's not necessarily the most efficient way to handle this, because then we're just flying at the end of its flight envelope. Probably, you know, the best thing you want to do here is probably fly in the middle of the flight envelope if you possibly can. So let's drop this down. Oh, little ice right here. What is it? Just like some light ice that takes out our pitot tube. Yeah, it's right here. It's like low. Let's stay at about 12 right there. Yeah, 15. That maintaining, yeah. hold this about, let's say 13.2, I think is a pretty good altimeter reading here. I'm going to keep the throttle pegged. Yeah, see, right there about, right under that 13.1 goes wrong. Is our fuel flow here? I can just back it off another hair. Back to 10. This is looking good. Kind of on course. Sort of holding a block altitude above 13.1 to say 13.5. Trying to keep it in this range here. And maintain about 345. Look, we need to be looking for holes, because we need to get back down there somehow. There to the northeast, I feel that the cloud deck gets just a bit lower, but then it looks like ground fog, doesn't it? This is gonna be tough. Look at that hole right there. That's really good. Is that worth like diving for? I mean, maybe not right now, but this is one of those decisions that I may regret later. I mean, you know, the cloud deck in general seems to be lightening up to the northeast, so we can, we'll just kind of keep this now. Not going to go for that hole in the clouds. Pretty dangerous. I feel like it would be better to maintain an on-course up here and save a little gas at altitude here. Although we pick up a little bit of winds, but not a ton according to what I can get on the satellites and whatnot. Okay, so just to recap, you know, I'm trying to hold a course of somewhere in here about 345. Got a pretty strong left crosswind from the west that we're dealing with, and looking for an airport that Microsoft has on the map as the Tuk Airport, which is on Google Maps quite misplaced by like 1,000 miles. But I'm not going to put in that bug report until after I leave this area. I need to get through this. Trying to get to Greenland. So continue the flight from there. Probably Greenland, over Greenland, then to Iceland. Now Iceland to England. Be the rough course. There's a pretty good hole right here coming up on 13,004. Well, I mean, this is still within my block. I'll go ahead and let it ride. I can't perfectly trim this aircraft. It's always sort of rising or falling, so that's a really good hole to drop through. Okay, I'm going to take a minute, try to do some time estimates on this, see if I can figure out where that airport's going to be. Look at this! Wow. Ton of clouds, but low. It's not the worst weather in the world. Let me get on top of this cloud deck. So this is VFR on top technically, but you know, you would consider it IFR conditions. You really aren't seeing airports down there. I'm going to think about my navigation for a minute. If you look down there, it looks like very low weather down there. It looks like fog. Looks like it's all the way down to the cloud, all the way down to the deck. Yeah, look at that. I don't think you can fly underneath that. These puffy clouds here, yeah, but then there's another layer below them. Probably there's like a lowest layer and a second layer on top. Valley down there. That's kind of beautiful. Wonder if I can ID that on the map. This is gonna be a real navigation challenge here. I have. Oops. Did I just That's the auxiliary fuel tank. That's a little early on that tank. Did I not take off with full gas? This oh yeah, it's not full gas. All right, we're gonna make that full gas because there's no way. However, we'll let's say we killed that auxiliary tank, right? Okay, the auxiliary tank's 0, but our center tank's 100%. I set that a few times, but the way the flight sim does things as you're setting up the sim, it just every single time it like forgets your fuel state or something. So I'm not gonna sweat that one. We're just gonna, but we will say, let's say that our auxiliary fuel tank was under fueled, and we'll take that cut over just now. That makes sense. I'm accepting like it's kind of like accepting a half penalty here, right? I'm saying I didn't notice that the sim had reset my gas to like the default after I put it full tanks. You know, it keeps knocking it back every time you just adjust stuff. So I didn't notice. So we'll take that auxiliary penalty, but I will gas the main tank because I'm not sure it'd be kind of pointless at that point. I think we'd be having to turn back. That's one of the interesting fuel state questions. But something on the pre-flight you would have noticed pretty quickly because you would have checked your full gas state and it would not have changed. Your gas doesn't vary just because you're doing the rest of the pre-flight. We're 030, I'm going to head to the left. We're going to take a quick break here for a moment as well, so I'll be right back.
Attention please. This is the final call for LTU Flight 1821 with service to Dusseldorf. Immediate boarding at gate B26. Eins, 551 nach Düsseldorf. Bitte begeben Sie sich umgehend zu Gate B26.
So down here, this is another tempting hole. Could we make that? Look at that, I don't see ground fog. We couldn't get back out of it. I bet we could descend through it. Right there. And take this to the, go to the west and then back to the east. See what I'm saying here? We're about 090, you could descend right into it. Boom. Get out. And then you'd fly through this canyon cloud deck. There might be a canyon you could fly down here to the left, or here to the northwest. Drop down. There's another hole over here too. But we still have, on my estimates here, I still have a lot of time. So, we're going to let that hole go? Yeah, we're going to let that hole go. I hate to. I'd rather be underneath the cloud deck. It's also more interesting to be flying like 500 feet off the deck. You know, up here it's a little slow, definitely. You can see the real clouds, real life though. It'd be beautiful. Do a little of that virtually. And I'm gonna keep thinking about when I can dive down below, but it should be, we're still pretty far from the coast, but it's still good to get down there if we can. Also the winds would probably be more accurate. I think the next hole I may take will be about right. That one I was happy to let go, but get down there. You know, even over here, look at that hole there. And there's a nice river valley there too. And we're going to fly for a moment. I'm going to think about that. Yeah, I think I'll be stuck with this for a bit here. We're going to be just kind of... In a way, you could think of this as a trapped on top of the cloud deck situation. Trapped on top. Because I'm not really seeing any good ways down. But we have a long ways. Got a little time. Let's see if we can find our way through this deck down below. Fog is an issue down there. We're seeing some cloud deck or snow squalls that are all the way down the ground. It's gonna be this will be tricky, and then we're looking for a 2,000 foot grass runway, so that's not gonna be it won't be easy. The helpful bit will be the inlet. There's an inlet and water. If we get too far, we'll get to a bay, but we don't want to miss that bay to the east. If we miss to the east, we're gonna overfly our gas for sure, especially we're a little more critical fuel state now, as we were half on the auxiliary fuel tank. So we're down a bit there. What do we lose there? About 45 minutes probably. I should probably think about what my ultimate end of gas time point is actually. Be frank here. Let's see, 350. Let's see what we got here. What time does the engine turn off? Speaking of that, let's check the mixture. Oh, too much mixture. What is this, 12? Come on now. That back down to 10. That fuel flow. What are we, 13.8? Probably we gained a little bit of altitude. We could have, the mixture was a little slacker. 350. We're good heading here. That's a tank. I'm looking at my tanks. And we have, what do we... 20 gallons. We're gonna make that a fuel flow of like 10.5 to account for some error and going up and down. You know, otherwise I'd say I calculate a fuel flow of 10, right? Again, I think that's the beauty of the little circular slide rule, what have you, with the E6B, because you can kind of play some scenarios out. You know, because then I can say, you know, you put in a bunch of numbers and then a number comes out. I mean, you really understand what you're looking at. I really like putting this on, like, let's say 10 gallons per hour fuel flow, right? And say, let's see what time we have. It's at 20 gallons, right? Have, yeah. So, if the best fuel flow we get is about 2 hours, say, then I can take the circular slide rule, take it up to 11, you know? Say, well, what if I kind of made a big mistake there on my mixture? You know, I only lose 10 minutes. Not like a huge thing, but 10 minutes might make a big difference. Okay, now let's say 11.5, even 12. Let's say if we make a mistake. We go to 12 gallons per hour. We've made a large leaning mistake. And now it's 20 minutes. Now we've lost 20 minutes on a 2-hour tank. So that kind of gives you, kind of makes you think, right? I like that better than just putting in numbers and out comes spews something, and then, you know, you're really thinking about the boundaries. And so it's really nice. The advantage, right? You can kind of look at your boundary conditions. What's my biggest mistake here? Because in the end, I think that's what you're doing, is you're minimizing error. You know, it's the mistake is the wrong word here. You're so much of this is that there's like a million things that are, you know, like a legal standpoint, maybe you'd call it a mistake, but it's not that. It's like error. It's just like and human error, maybe not, because you don't have perfect inputs here. Even if you had this perfect computer calculation of all of these factors, your inputs might be a little bit imperfect here, because we really don't know exactly what the winds are doing here to us. There's a lot of variability there, you know, and things can be unexpected. So I think it's a lot better to think of it that way, kind of in these different, like, well, what's a mistake case? What if the headwinds are 10 more than I'm really thinking here, even 20, 30, depending on what you're doing. Especially up here at like 12,000 here. You know, because at 12,000 we could be seeing 60 knots of wind that are unexpected. Absolutely. Like a hydration break. We're level at 12,600. And holding a course about 350, which is our best guess based on these winds, to my understanding. For like a decent hole to drop back down underneath this cloud deck, I think we might be able to find one at some point. There's a couple of big bits out here. I mean, it's not a thick cloud deck, which is wonderful. A little bit of wiggle room here above the cloud deck. Trying to stay out of the ice. We're looking for this Microsoft airport that should be out here kind of along an inlet. It was a fuel mistake in the beginning here, so we've lost about 45 minutes of gas based on a misfueling. And I don't want to get much below this altitude because we start to get to a little bit of ice here. So floating here, it's kind of block right here above 13. We want to find this inlet on the north side. If we go too far to the east, we're gonna miss that inlet by a long shot, and the next object will be the ocean. I think it'll be a large bay, and that would be pretty problematic because we'd be nearly out of gas at that point. It'd be very difficult to turn around and find that airport. So we want to the west. It's kind of a general rule here. Under 350. That's 340, 350. It's kind of range. It just died. That's important. My music is not playing over there. I'm gonna like jump to the back of the aircraft. Not working. Fuel flow looks good. One right there about 10. I wonder if I could just lean that a hair. We need to be on the better side of this fuel flow. So we're just gonna go see if we can get to 9. This thing will just handle it here. Still a little time till sunset. Good. It's not a good cloud deck down there, I'll say that. We gotta find another hole. Next hole I should probably dive down through. we're up about 14 here, so we're going to start going down to the lower end of our block altitude. Let's descend down to like 13-ish. So maybe we can find a hole in this mess. Look at those rising sort of cumulus clouds way out there. That's not great. I'd rather be below that than over that, because then it'll probably close up a little bit. But I feel like when you're seeing buildup like that, you're getting a higher, it's more off the ground. You know, there's a little more airspace between the deck and the lower cloud deck with that kind of buildup situation, I feel, versus like a fog and low whatnot situation. One problem with those cumulus clouds, they might have a snow squall, so that's bad. So it's a mixed bag, definitely. Roughly speaking, my calculations are saying we're going to be right about at fuel exhaustion, gliding into Kugluktuk. Kugluktuk being the Microsoft name for this airport, which is about 1,000 miles off the real Kugluktuk. So that's just something to keep in mind if someone's out there Googling this. As bug ticket I will put in after I get through this region, trying to get to Greenland. And this is going to be Lake 10, starting off from Alaska to Aleutian Islands. And now we're starting to approach the coast of Canada to Greenland. Getting closer. That cloud deck actually looks worse behind me, doesn't it? The weather might be getting slightly worse. There were larger holes a minute ago. These holes are smaller, I feel. But it looks higher. Look at that. Look, it looks like there's a lot more room down there. And we gotta find a way through this. I could almost dive straight down through one of these things. In the biplane you could. Did it just right. You have enough room underneath. That would be really amusing. I might have to try that. It's like a tiny hole, really. It's a brilliant idea though. But yeah, we're gonna have to descend like what? I mean, you should probably calculate a 5,000 feet that we need to lose, and that'd be pretty tough to do, actually, even in this biplane. You'd exceed its maximum airspeeds pretty quickly. We're gonna try to keep more to the north. Now that I'm thinking about my fuel state a little bit, I'm gonna shave off a little bit more and cut a little closer on that bay. We've gone enough to the northwest, I feel, that I'm gonna hold a closer heading here to like 355. Say we're gonna hold somewhere in here. And my thinking is that I've had enough wind correction, and I want to kind of maximize this fuel tank, so we gotta stick a little closer to true. We're gonna go 355. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and let's take a look at the Microsoft map. Yeah. You know, it's sort of wrong and right, isn't it? We're getting a tailwind, aren't we? Yeah, I'd say so. We're gonna... Yeah, this is definitely a bad navigation situation. We're gonna get to that bay, and it's gonna be really hard to say where we hit it. So I could use that Microsoft map, or I could try to figure it out. I'm gonna try to figure it out. And then if it all goes wrong, then too bad. But based on kind of my half cheat there of looking at the map, which is not a precise location there. I just kind of took a glance at that. We have a decent tailwind, much more of a tailwind than that we would be having on my what I can find with the winds there. That looks like a 10 knot to 20 knot tailwind. Actually, I could even be more. But I'm going to continue to fly my heading, based on what I know, and we'll go from there. Let's see if we can figure it out. Is that a hole? No, it's not. There's nothing down here. The holes are getting smaller, I think. But then it's sort of more broken up here. So we're going to have a look at that. Yeah, right here, I feel that the clouds are going to thin a little. Maybe we can find our way through here. We don't want to miss that bay. That's going to be our wind correction. So the theory here being, not sure what the winds are doing. We have to fly mostly north. Could be either a headwind or a tailwind, hard to say. So I'm aiming at the pocket between a large bay and a large river inlet, figuring if I can just spot that before I fly over it, which would be tough with the bay. Well, but with a huge cloud deck like that, absolutely. Could be pretty tough. We're close to the tops here. What are we here? 10,000? So once again, we want to not miss the water line. We find the water line, we can take a really good shot at that airport. This is looking good. This is looking better. Let's see if we can see down here. I want to kind of barely just kind of look down that hole there. I don't see any water, which is a good thing. Looking for a hole here. Get down. This is a thirsty for clouds shot right here. I'd like to see this sunset on top of this cloud deck. Beautiful. This region of buildups does not bode well. Having trouble finding... You know, maybe I should gain a little altitude and see if I can find holes that way. I might have to. It looks like there's another cloud deck forming here to the left here. See that? Hello, puppy. It's a dog. Like a gremlin that flies into the aircraft. Okay. There we go. Gremlin's gone. Sort of a holes over here. My 10 grand. Let's I'm gonna nose up this a little bit here, and let's see if we can find a hole. We have to get below this deck. So there's too much time above this, without landmarks and whatnot. Unknown winds. And I know from a brief glance at the Microsoft map that the winds are definitely not what getting off the internet. Something's a little bit different. And one thing may be accurate, right? Like the Microsoft flight model might be, they may have the correct winds for like 2 hours ago or something, and then I'm looking at like, you know, 1 hour ago, or it could be some, there's things like that happening. It almost looks like a UFO out there. Watch this. Beautiful. Look at that cloud. Real clouds definitely do this, can make some fascinating formations. That's a pretty good one. Look at that. It's a crazy looking, there's a little canyon below it. Still seeing no way through the holes here. Closed deck down below. It's gonna be tricky to find this airport. My gas state. My gas is not horrible. That blue right there? Do I see water? No. There's that other cloud deck forming. See that? It's just like on top there. Another little bit. There's a valley over here to the west. Clouds. South doesn't look so good. That doesn't look so good. This looks worse. Alright, let's go to the right. Okay, we're gonna go change course here. Let's gonna go to the right of this forming cloud deck, and we're looking for the next valley to dive down. See that right there? Kind of to the northeast. Be right there. Let's do this. What are we? 13.8, 14. Check my fuel flow. Yeah, we're pretty good. Let's actually that needs to be. And yeah, I just did that not casually, but I want to keep that fuel flow pretty accurate. Okay, we're gonna try to find the next valley of clouds and dive down below this deck. See if we can get ourselves back here. 6-0. A little bit of ice, a little bit of some changing. The weather might be shifting a bit here. So, yeah, not looking good for sure. But there on the horizon, we might have a hole. If we don't have a hole there, we might turn back to the south, I think is what I would do here. Maybe the north. When we get to that, we get over this ridge of clouds, we're going to have a better view of what we're going to do there. 15,000. You're now right. I mean, I think we're approaching the ceiling of this aircraft here at 15,000 actually. We get trapped on top with a, we're at max performance and on the cloud deck underneath us. Yeah, definitely. That can definitely happen. As we can see, the weather's getting a little bit worse. We have over here. Looks like there's another cloud deck out there somewhere. I don't see any holes below us, just maybe tiny, tiny ones. It's not horrible. Biplane my way down, maybe. Look at those holes. Look at that water. That water. And we want to be very aware of water because we're not sure when we're going to be over that bay. We're going to get really lost if we don't figure this out soon. I think to the east and the southeast might be your direction. Yeah, look at that water. That's not good. Might be over the bay now. No, see, that's still tundra. But I bet we're getting close to the coast here. Yeah, this is really unfortunate clouds here. Is that blue water there to my north? Maybe. Even in the flight sim, there's a bit of an optical illusion here. Hard to say what we're looking at. I think I have to turn more to the east. We're going to turn more to the east because I'm not really seeing holes through here. It looks like some pretty, the buildup is getting larger. It's going to be in real trouble here. But that way, a little less hole over here. Yeah, we're gonna go do this. We're gonna fly kind of 095 here, get around this puffy cloud on the right, and maybe turn a bit even more to the southeast. See what we see. Fuel flow is good. We'll just take it back a hair to like 9. Make sure we have enough gas. So we can see down. No, nothing, no ground. That's gonna be tricky, alright. Is that a hole? Nope, those are just clouds. 100 degrees, level 16,100. Okay, so just update. Here on top of a closing cloud deck. We're looking for it's like a little 2,000-foot grass airport. It looking pretty rough here. This is such a it's like a quiet death situation. You know, you can't. It doesn't seem dangerous. You know, we're just floating peacefully here, but actually we're really in big trouble at this point. We're pretty far down our tank, getting to be the last. We're below 50% on the tank, so we're not getting back. And the cloud deck is closed below us, and we need to find this kind of needle in the haystack. It's hard to tell what the winds are doing up here. It doesn't look good. I mean, I guess if I have the fuel range, could I make Cambridge Bay? Maybe, because if I had a tailwind that caused me to miss this this airport, the next airport would be Cambridge Bay. But man, that's pretty. That's a stretch, but maybe. So there's a few different scenarios playing out here. I'm trying to understand where I am, and I can't tell. I don't have any radio nav. Really need to get below this cloud deck. Now it's completely closed up on us. I probably should have taken one of those previous holes that I saw that looked not horrible. They weren't great though. So that kind of tells you something about choosing a not great alternative to an unknown, possibly much worse alternative. That's a it's a rock and then a harder rock, right? It's not. There's no easy place there. Sorry for abusing that expression, but that's a little bit of a funny way of saying it. But you know, I'm trying to kind of point out that it's not like you're, you know, in that decision making, you're not measuring against an ideal. Measuring against an ideal drop through the clouds is not a good. That's not a good pick. Sometimes it's like, well, here's a hole I can take. You know, I might need to take it, especially in this kind of situation. Also, there's a few mountains. And that's very helpful. That looks like a mountain, doesn't it? These are just clouds. What I would do with an NDB is one non-directional beacon would be a lifesaver here. We're at 17,000 here, and we're still not seeing a hole. So, do I want to go more to the north and try to look for Cambridge Bay? Or do I want to look for a hole in the clouds, descend, and then try to find that little grass airstrip? I think Cambridge Bay is more and more starting to become the real option here. Let's think about that. How hard is that going to be to find? I need to find the water, but I could find the water anywhere here. Looks like the weather is worse. Dog in the aircraft. Weather's getting worse. All around it's worse and worse, isn't it? But yeah, this is plenty trouble. Right there on the nose is like one of the best holes I've seen in a long time. There to the far right, maybe. Alright, so we're gonna cruise a bit more here. And I am going to back a bit. 17,000. Let's get down to 15 here when we get to this hole, because we might want to take it. There's another hole to the right. Yeah, this is a bit better in this direction. Maybe be able to get through this cloud deck, and then we're gonna have a better chance at understanding. Alright, so let's say we're going to get through that cloud deck. I need to guesstimate my position. My position is so unknown. It's going to be really hard to say unless we find that really large waterway. Otherwise, we're going to be kind of in this river system. But if we're in the river system, go to the north. If we're not, we've crossed the bay, and we need to go to the south. So that's simple. Unless that we're too far to the south, that'd be a mistake right there, because then we could make a miscalculation and go to the south when we should not go to the south. That's going to be, I'd call that the least likely scenario, actually, because I've been holding a pretty good course here. Although now with this correction lately, then maybe not. There's a hole. I don't see the bottom of that hole. That's not good. Is that water? Is that just darkness? I don't see the bottom. There's another hole to the right. Build-ups to the right. There's a crack here to the left. Let's go take a look. See if we can find the ground. Any ground, if we see ground, that's probably the right direction for a cloud hole. Let's go this way a bit and maintain this heading so we can find a hole through this. So just to recap, we're kind of in trouble here in our fuel state, running out of gas on top of this cloud deck that's closed up. Need to get below that and kind of reorient about where we are according to the water here in northern Canada so we can get to one of these airports out here before we run out of gas. It's gonna be pretty close. Is that a... that looks like tundra down there. Okay, there's a hole. Look at that. Barely, you can barely see it. Okay. Is that a mountain? That looks like... that doesn't look flat. Look at that. Oh man, if that's true, where are we? We're near mountains. That'll be very problematic for diving down. But it could be an optical illusion. Let's let me take a look at my map. Up here, are there any mountains? There shouldn't be. Well, you know, like maybe 2,000 feet. Yeah, maybe. And then now we're a really very unknown location. Some 2,000 foot terrain out here, isn't there? We're gonna be careful. There, is that a hole? No, those are just clouds. Clouds within clouds. Tiny hole. There. It's really one of the best holes I've seen yet. There's a bit of land down there. And water. That's good. Okay, that's a... we want something like that, because if we end up in the tundra without water, that'll be that'll be a difficult situation, because it'll be hard to say whether we're too far to the north or too far to the south. But if we have water, we can kind of figure out the shoreline. Look at that hole. It's nearly a hole right there, isn't it? That's actually, it's starting to become tempting right here to the left. See this dark areas underneath this cloud deck? It's kind of like a broken area in here. Yeah, I think we might be maybe... this may be really good. The wind's here. Wind's in the house. Am I going to clear that? Just barely. We're down at 12. Let's hold here. Getting a bit better out here. See more ground. That's one of the best holes I've seen yet. Up ahead, right there. Look at that, right there. It might be, might be able to descend right here. Okay, this might be our moment. $11,005. Power down a bit here. We're at 10,900. $10,500. Okay, look at that hole. Yes. Yes, this is it. This is our way through. Right there, this is going to be it. Okay. Okay, we take a last look around, and then we're going to focus. We're going to try to... Yeah, very good. Is there any weather? Oops, wrong button. Airport list. Oh, it's still Luktuk. That's not good. I mean, at least that's there, but there's nothing else. So yeah, we're gonna have no choice. I was hoping that Cambridge Bay. Yeah, it's Cambridge Bay. I was hoping we'd get Cambridge Bay, which I think has an ATIS. Let's see, does it? Probably does, I bet. But if we're not picking up the frequency, then that's not a good sign. That's going to be marginal making this airport, I'll tell you what. If we can find anything at all here. It's good. Good hole. Yeah, this is going to be a good hole. Okay, powering back a bit more. We're going to dive through this canyon here, and I think we're just going to thread the needle. See if we can do this. Power. Hard to tell what our airspeed is, so I'm just going to cut the power back all the way. Let's enrich in the mixture hair here. It's gonna be tough. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good valleys are forming. Even to the right might be better. Let's oh, I like this though. This is a hard call here. Do I want to go to that next hole, or do I want to go through this hole? I think the next hole, because we're going to descend. We're still at 6,500. This is just going to unfold, is what this is going to do. Dynamic situation. Check that mixture. I don't want to choke the engine out here. However, I don't want to make the mistake of too much fuel flow. But when I give it the gas, I don't want to choke the engine, right? So we want to have the mixture right, especially with this huge descent we're doing here. Yeah, look at that. To the right, I think is what's more entertaining, threading that needle? I think so. So how do we look here? What do we got here? We go to the right. We go to the left. We'll take the left. I still like the left better. Okay. I'm gonna put it into a slip. Try to like really lose some altitude here. Let's get inside. Whoop. Come on now. Give me a good view here. There it is. We're gonna take the left. I'm holding. Okay, there's max right rudder. We're just trying to dive through that hole because I need to get underneath this deck really quickly. Let's try the engine. Okay. I just want to make sure it's not dead, which is a mistake I've made before. Power back all the way. Yeah, let's put a little left rudder in, nose down. Left rudder, nose down. There it is, there it is. Okay, here comes the ground. Here comes the ground, baby. Alright, let's take it out, take it out, take it out, take it out. Power up. There we are, we're down. Okay. Alright, what is happening around here? Let's have a look around. There it is. Oh, it is low. Man, the cloud deck is so low. This is not much better, is it? It's, so we can find like a river valley or something? Drainage? Because we could follow a drainage to the ocean. We could find ourselves, perhaps. We check that fuel flow here. That's not, it's not good. Let's be a little richer. Okay, let's get it there. There's a valley right here. Which way? Where's that draining? That way? Yeah, I think so. I think downhill is to my right. I might have crossed that bay by the time we found a hole here. This is not a hole because of that low cloud deck, isn't it? But look at this up here. We're gonna have to Can we get below this? What are we at, 1,500 feet? No, this is ground level fog or what have you. Alright, let's go left here. Not good. 2,000. Yeah, we're really like gutting the clouds here. What are we, 23? Yeah, it's no good of a hole. Am I gonna have to look at the Microsoft map and cheat? No, that's no fun. We're gonna fly this to the bitter end. We're gonna be at sunset here as well. You know, I saw water earlier, which was very concerning to me. That the airport, I mean the water to the south. The weather is certainly worse to the north, so let's go ahead and turn to the south. Let's see if we can find our way through this and find that bay. Look at my map. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we have to find that large waterway. And I'm gonna guess that we've crossed it because we had to lose so much time. It's possible that we did not. That'll be the real question. It's pretty much just kind of flat tundra out here, so this is plenty of trouble. What do we have here? Is that a river? Maybe. There's some more holes. Gonna fly more to the south. Are we picking up some ice here? Not horrible. A little bit here and there. A couple of small clouds. There's some more holes there. Roughly speaking, I'm starting to fly a circle. See if we can. I don't want to motor on kind of unknown direction if we're starting to be kind of entering an error of how much wind is blowing us, course corrections, all those kinds of things. It's hard to say without any navigation aids. So we're gonna draw kind of a rough circle, see if we can find some ground to look at, see if we can find our direction. What are we here at 8,000? I'd love to get below this cloud deck, but that last try it was all the way to the ground. Or was that back over there? Yeah. It's tempting, but you can see it goes to the ground. Let's see what this is up ahead. Is that water up there? Oh, it's so hard. It's like an illusion. Even in the sim, you have a bit of an illusion there about is that water or cloud. Couldn't tell you. Look at these rivers. This is good. If we follow rivers to the ocean, we'll be in really good shape. Alright, we're gonna take another look underneath this cloud deck, see if we can have a look, see if we can break out. Might be looking at a river down there. I throttle all the way back. It's pretty far back. It's fly it right rudder, nose down. I'm trying to just get it slow and tumbly versus speedy and unknown. I don't want to exceed the maximum airspeeds on that. That looks like a hog over there or something. What does that look right there? Wait. I'm not zoom in. Look at this like odd lake that looks like an animal. Beautiful. cool. Oh, it changed. Graphics corrected or something. Looks worse. Okay, so is that a river down there? Can we get below this mess? I don't think so. Look good. Looks like the cloud deck goes all the way down. Can I get below this mess? We can fly down into this like cloud valley and have a quick look. Here, 5,300. Check my engine. Engine still works. That's what I want to see. 4.6, 4.5. Alright, we're working on 4 grand here. It's 4.3. Go max right rudder and just take it down now here. See if we can slip it down. Alright, now we're at 3.5. 4, 3.3, 3.2. We're diving fast now. 1,000. We might be able to get below. I like the looks of this. Maybe. Oh, there's a lot of clouds. A little more this way, a little more nose down. Keep that airspeed up. We are at 2,000. I'm going to start taking out the slip and centering the rudder. Now we're at 1,100, 1,000 feet. Oh yeah, this is good. This is really good. Okay, power up. This is very, very good. Might be able to save our lives here. Alright. We are lost. Look at that. That looks like water in that direction. We know the clouds are worse behind us. There. That looks like there's water. Alright, we're heading this way. It's kind of neat trees down there. There's like a varying trees. Yeah, there we go. There's a bay of water out here. And then the question next is, where are we on that bay of water? Is that a river? Is that the bay? What is this? An optical illusion. It's snow, isn't it? Yep, sure is. Yeah. No, it's no water. Look, total illusion. Gone. For a moment there, I saw water, but now it's very quickly you can resolve it. You can see it's very low here to the north. So let's turn back to the south. Nope. Let's look at this valley. We're looking for better weather as well. We're just going to take that. And I think the likelihood of needing to just land anywhere is pretty high. So what I'm going to do in this situation is we're going to try to land somewhere that looks very viable, perhaps survivable. And if I make it, then I'll know maybe the GPS or what have you. There's probably some way I can figure this out. And then I will resume the flight from that location on the ground, or whatever the sim will let me do. I'll try. We'll say that we landed in the outback of Canada and then, you know, survived, found gas, gassed the airplane, then we're flying out. That'll be the next, that might be the next leg if I can't find an airport. Look at this. I like this low terrain. This is very good for us. Just find like a river that'll take us to the ocean. Probably bears down here and stuff. We still have a little bit of time before sunset. How iced over are we? Not horrible. Not horrible. This is good. This is at least we're below this cloud deck. Look at that hill. Nice. Whoops. We're at 900 feet. You know, even the hills might give us a little bit of an indication, right? We want to look for... See, look at these hills to my left, to my right. A little low here. Let's cross this little threshold of hills here. And we have to either turn left or right, and one of these directions will probably... uh-oh. Gnarly. Is this icing up? Horribly yet. not good. You can just find the lower terrain. I feel like to the left, actually. Yeah, say. See this? This like a river valley right here, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, this sunset's beautiful. So we're looking for either surviving, like a really good place to camp, or we're going to continue to try to find that airport. Now, you know, if we're doing this real life and we're really about this lost, I'd say we need to look for a place to camp right now. If not, a lot, you know, as soon as we found ground contact, in order to save gas, right? And then let the weather clear up, look around, figure out where you are, check a GPS or something, and then you could fly the aircraft out, maybe to the airport. So we gotta go, is that to the right? Do I want to go to the right or want to go to the left? Ooh, this is a tough call. Okay, we're gonna go to the right for a second. This looks lower, frankly, doesn't it? Let's see. So that's kind of some of that thinking, right? I think you'd want to camp as soon as you were in this kind of bad situation out here in the tundra. And, because then you could pick a really good spot. Because if you wait to fuel starvation, then, you know, what are you doing, you know? Why don't we, should we fly out of this hole? I'm afraid to fly out of the hole and we'll never get back down again. That, 600 feet. Need to check our, get that power up. Just want to check my fuel flow. Keep it kind of on the low side. Okay. Okay, we're flying to the northwest. I mean, roughly speaking, that's that circle I was talking about. I want to kind of do something like that, along those lines. Want to find that water. If we find that water, we might be in good shape. Also, beaches. I'd like to find a beach to land. It'd be better than just random terrain out here. I'm definitely seeing good spots in the snow. We could probably put it down. But, like the best situation. Look at this ridge that's running to the left here. See that? It runs, driving to the northwest, right? Do I feel like the train's rising? You know, maybe, actually. I'd say maybe. Doesn't it feel that way? I need to look at that map. Let's see if I can look at the map while I'm flying. This is dangerous now, looking at the map at this altitude. Oh no, it's gonna be impossible to pick out what valley or whatever I'm in. Nah, no way. We gotta find that water. So, what are we doing here? I'm at 700 feet, and I feel like the train's rising. Would you say it's rising? I'd say it is. So, let's just take a peek here, and we're probably gonna turn around, go in the other direction. Yeah, see, look, it's even higher over here. That, there, and there. Yeah, we're out of here, man. No way, no way. Don't stall out at this altitude. Yeah, okay, there's this valley, so we're going back for this valley. We're going to take it the other direction and see if that can take us to some water. I'm a little concerned about that rising terrain there. I feel like we're in the wrong spot. We can find a river connection. We can then connect. Let's fly this efficiently and cut corners here. I'm leaning the mixture a little bit. I'm Kind of want to go max lean here in this situation for sure. We don't want to make sure we keep as much gas as we can. So, alright, now we think lowering terrain here to the left would be my guess. We have a ridge here to the right, and we have open sky above us, so I think we can probably climb out of here if we need to. We might have to turn. Look at that terrain out there. There's something out there, like kind of a hill. See that up ahead? What are we at here? 690? We're still not at a good altitude. I'd rather see us at lower. That looks like a wall. Like a snow squall. Is that going to turn to the right, or is that straight ahead? I'd say straight ahead is going to be the better option. Look at this. Oh, I can't fly at that angle. I'll crash. Just that nose trim. Keep that nose trim up. If we have to, we could climb out of here with not a whole ton of ice. Okay, this is going to turn either to the left or the right. That's what this is. Looks like we're approaching. We need to get a little lower. This is a hill. This is rising terrain as well, isn't it? How can this be? Is that the descending terrain there to my right? Could be. Actually, the left looks a bit better, clearer too. Let's go this way. This is utterly ridiculous navigation down here. Look at this. We are just to recap. We are lost in northern Canada, kind of in the tundra, looking for a large water bay. That'll help us find the airport. I'm attempting to not look at the Microsoft in-game map, which would tell us immediately where we are, but trying to do that without doing that. Is that water out there? This looks good. That's snow. Should I look at that Microsoft map? No. I gotta figure it out. Probably not gonna work out. Gonna have to emergency land at some point here. We're gonna run out of gas. It's kind of entertaining. See how far off I end up. I think we've, honestly, I think we've crossed the bay by quite a bit, and it's probably to the south of us would be my real guess. I don't know, because as soon as I started to worry about that, I started to turn more and more to the east and the southeast, so I may not be, we may be paralleling it, we may even be past that Cambridge. I'm willing to look at the air traffic control. Let's see. Nearest airport list. No. No, we got nothing. We're probably like way off course. Yeah. Oh. That looks like low clouds again. Yeah, this is gonna be a land in the tundra situation, isn't it? Okay, let's get some altitude back and let's have a look around. It's too bad this cloud deck was all the way to the ground. That would have been more interesting to probably fly that down to the cloud deck, and then we could have known when we crossed that water, but ended up with all those low clouds. Problematic. So we end up on top. Just to recap the navigation challenge here, we end up on top of this closing cloud deck. No landmarks. At one point I saw water back there, which caused me to turn quite a bit more to the east, but I still feel like we've missed the bay. So let's, I'm going to keep flying for holes, right? I'm going to look for holes. We're going to land in the tundra down here as soon as we find a really good spot. So we'll just go this way. enjoy the sunset for a moment. Well, this might be a good thing here. I think I may see a little bit of water out there. We're at 12.6. Right there. Is that... It's flat. Flat is very good. If it's not water, it's like a river. I think that's an inlet of some kind. We might just make it yet. 25% fuel. We don't have a ton of time till we're out of gas. I'd rather land along water, along a beach, if it's an emergency landing. Let's head to that water, though. It's really good. If we can find the bay, we can find the airport. Well, in theory, who knows where we pop out? Be very difficult to say, won't it? There's a bit of light ice right here, isn't there? Just went through a cloud, didn't we? Yeah. I look to the left here. Is that? That doesn't look like a bay out there. Look to the left. Look at this. No. Maybe it could be hidden. Optical illusions abound. But then you go to the right. Can't see anything. More likely though, I bet. Yeah, look, there's a bit more water. Or flat land. Yeah, I mean, either water or lowering terrain is what we're looking for here. We're going to definitely hit this, go for this river 12.6. There's a river feeding here, kind of the north going to the south. And so what is the direction of this water? Would you call that kind of north, northwest, I'd say? Alright, there's a few possibilities. Yeah, probably want to go south, actually. Not more north. Well, hard to say, because we don't know where we are. Yeah, this is a good shoreline, isn't it? Look at that. Got a waterway in front of us. So just to recap, I'm fairly lost out here because of a lack of kind of checkpoints. Couldn't really see spots on the ground, but trapped above this cloud deck, and trying to find our way to the airport or kind of a safe landing spot along a beach maybe. We're gonna run out of gas not too long, right here about sunset probably. Be a beautiful sunset though. I can probably cut the power here. We're at 9.8, 9,007. Yeah, this is good. We can drop down to this valley from here. We want to identify the large bay. If we can find the large bay, that'd be a really big advantage to our navigation here. These rivers should feed it. Should be able to kind of find ourselves if we can find large water system. Oh no, is this a lake? Yeah, that'll be the final irony here. We're gonna descend by a lake. Well, that might be a nice place to land. We might just be you know, that'd be what we'd be doing at this point, wouldn't it? We might be able to land on that ice right near the shoreline, possibly. Or we have to take a look. We're going to get down here and we're going to have a look. 6,100. $5,000. Now, if we're if we are descending into a lake here and not the water system that's feeding the kind of feeding the main bay, then we may have to do some abrupt turns to not hit the rising terrain, because it looks like the cloud deck is coming down right to the deck. Look at this. We're gonna just squeeze below this. Kind of ice to the south there, I would say, yeah. I'm holding max right rudder here. You can kind of actually see it. Wait, center, right. Losing altitude quickly here. That's good enough. That's good enough. I don't need to pitch into the water. Yeah, this is a good view down here again. Okay, this is good. It's good. Power it up. Let's get that mixture back. I think we have the engine back okay. Let's check that. That's very good. Okay. So, what are we thinking here? I think that southerly direction looks bad. Looks like it closes up. We're gonna let's try the right side. We're gonna go to the northwest here, and oh yeah, that's a good look. That's a really good look. That looks like more water out there. Oh yeah, we might be in good shape here. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna fly the shoreline, see if we can see what we see. Back in business. So what am I flying here? Heading of about like 310. Okay, so what waterway has a 310 heading? Also, it's 20 degrees off, right? So it's really like what, 290 true? 290 true in the map, I believe. Oh yeah, there's a weather for Cambridge Bay, 2.5 miles. Snow, blowing snow. Oh yeah. Winds are at 290. That's what I had. Look at that. 290. 16 knots. That's what I was using, but I think there was a wind shift above the cloud deck for sure. I think we're joining another waterway here to the left. Maybe. Okay, we're going to fly this for a minute. I'm going to look at my map and think for a minute. We're just going to enjoy the view. Some navigation. It's the best angle here. That's pretty. I'm glad the weather's it's kind of just snow squalls and clear holes and whatnot. That's nice. This for a minute. You know, that nearly looks like a runway out there to the left. Just gonna coast in that general direction. We might be. That'd be amazing if I was just so dead on right here. It's, could that possibly be right? Yeah, it's possible. I see that's very possible. I'm just looking at the odd terrain around here, you know, trying to understand where I am. See those little, all these funky little inlets make little shapes. Hard to say, but that's, maybe. And we're flying heading about 300 to 320 on the this inlet or whatever it is. So that narrows down some of these inlets around here, especially for the size and the direction. Very helpful. Most of them, if they're small, that go in this direction will curve or they'll peter out immediately, but this is getting larger and larger out there. See that? It's bigger and bigger out there. So if that's true, may have perfectly circled the airport. Once I started to, you know, think we had to do that, maybe there's several candidates, so I'm not going to lock into any theory here. But look at how that makes like an E right there. There's like an E shape, that little land, and then there's like narrowing. I'd put a really strong possibility of where I am here, actually. If that's true on that theory, I might be right. I might be dead on the airport. I might have done a really good job here. Honestly, I have to say it's amazing how well the dead reckoning works out, because you can feel so lost, and then you're watching your times and headings and look down and you're like, whoa, wow, I can't believe it. I'm like dead on the airport. It's either that or you're dead, I suppose. But I have been more surprised than not at how close, how things will not seem well. I don't know, this terrain's not horrible to land in. I think we could put down here. There's a shoreline, there's a bit of shore. Some rising terrain ahead. That airport is somewhere around here, I believe. I think I know where we are. All these unusual curves and the directions, I feel kind of give it away here. Yeah, there's a bit of terrain up there. That does make sense. There'll be a bit of terrain, and the other side might be the airport. Yeah, we might be. That'd be fantastic. Oh, if that's true, that'll be really just wonderful. That'd be wonderful after being so utterly lost today with the clouds and whatnot, and kind of having to roughly sketch together and find myself plan once we were kind of getting into trouble out there. Is that a road? Nearly a road looking kind of thing right there. It's probably just a river. No, that's a river. River and a lake. That lake might be good to land on. Bet you could be pretty strong. Bit of some peaks over there across the water. The side's flat. Also another indication. The lakes, they're pretty random, very hard to use. Do we have ice? Oh yeah, we got a little bit of ice, haven't we? It's a little bit. Not much. It's still pretty flyable. I wouldn't put in too much extra airspeed for it. Maybe a little bit, but it's 320. At about 320, we're going to cross a little bay here. That would make sense. Okay, now the next thing I want to do here is say that I'm wrong. Let's say that's wrong, and let's find another piece of shoreline that could match what I'm looking at here. Let's not crash while we're doing it. Okay, so whoa, what is it? Is there a downdraft here? I'm like in a, I feel like a bit of downdraft here. Let's go. Air. The water's good because it's getting wider. So even if this is the wrong bay and I have the wrong spot, I'll be able to reorient. But let's continue this. What else could this be? If I see a waterway joining on the left, that's a possibility. That could be another chunk of this water system. And another chunk is that it just gets very wide after this. If it gets very wide, then that's another possibility. And then if I'm very far off, well, if I'm very far off, I'm in real trouble because I don't know what else. Getting down to only a few possibilities here, so if I have the wrong ones, I'll definitely be in big trouble. Okay, we're now at this like extended bit of land. See this here on the right? Yeah, that airport's somewhere around here. Should be... It's up ahead here somewhere if we're right. We're 20% fuel. We made it. Oh, I love that the clouds are rising a bit here. I mean, we're at, well, we're only at 1,000 feet, aren't we? Either way, I think following this water to the larger bay will allow us to eventually navigate. Just to recap today's events, we left the Diavik diamond mine. We're heading to this Microsoft airport. I'm not sure this airport exists in real life. That's kind of how it is. That's fine. I need it to get to Greenland, so we're going to take it. It's listed as the Luktuk Airport, which would be 1,000 off if true, 1,000 miles off where it should be. That's fine. Look at this this mountain here. Descends a bit to the left, and then right to the water, and then it kind of splits this lake in two. That's a really good landmark there. And do you see these two lakes in front of me? Yeah, I think it's a very good landmark. Now the only problem is I'm not totally sure where that airport is, but it's somewhere along this shoreline. I'm very close. Probably, let's go a bit more to the right. Might be right here in front of me somewhere. I better like really keep my eyes peeled here. It's either on this sort of area, somewhere in front of us, or it's in the next spit of land on the other side of this mountain here. There's probably no airport beacon. So after kind of challenging navigation over the clouds, unknown winds, I found a hole to fly down. I finally got below this cloud deck. Took some doing because a lot of the clouds were really down to the ground level, like ground level fog or snow squalls. So those were really problematic. But we finally found a little clear air here. Found a patch of water, and then I've been following that patch of water to larger water, and that's how I'm going to find my location. Eventually, that should work out. Below this pretty good cloud deck here, because now we're at 17. The cloud deck's probably like 25, maybe 3. So this is great. Earlier I saw a patch of water, and that caused me to change courses as I went from my kind of en route course to a correction course of like we're close, so we gotta circle and find our way down. And that might have been a real savior. It was a tiny moment. There was a tiny moment when I saw a tiny hole and I saw a lot of clear water, and that was really critical view of the ground to just catch that, which might have been a real savior here, because otherwise I would have not known, not have really fully understood where that where this bay was, which was really critical to kind of getting ourselves together here. A high ridge here. Okay, that airport has got to be right here somewhere. Let me look behind me. I'm pretty sure it's not behind me. I don't see anything. I don't see a candidate here. Well, Mount Lake down there. Oh, I want to go dive in there. This is beautiful. I mean, this is just fantastic terrain. Quite beautiful. This would be really rough this time of year. I'm sure there's nobody out here right now. Real life, the temperatures would be insane. I shouldn't say that. There's probably some people stationed out here in odd little spots. There's several. We just left that diamond mine. That's probably a pretty consistent operation. I see a bit of clear ground up ahead. Water. Veer to the right. And look at the way this is opening now. Look at that. This is really open. Do we get that little bit open? It's kind of like 2 bays here. Does that make sense to me? Yeah, it does. A lot of sense to me. We gotta be close to that airport. It's like right here. I think I found it. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, it's gotta be here. We're just gonna make it. We have 18% fuel. We could not make the next airport, which is, what is it, Cambridge Bay? No way we could make Cambridge Bay. No, I don't think so. Also, they're showing pretty serious IFR out there. Snow, drizzling snow, DRSN. So that was blowing snow a minute ago. But 290, 17 knots, gusting 22. I mean, it's bad weather. They're getting hit by a snow squall right now. So this is it. We gotta find this airport here, or we're gonna find a landing point because we're out of gas. Is that like a bridge? I don't know if that's a graphics or a bridge. We gotta get down below this by now. 26. We're all here. Would you pick up ice? Ooh, yeah, see, we're picking up ice here. Bad, bad, bad. Beautiful days out here. There's that runway. Right here somewhere, I swear it was. I wish I had a version of Sky Vector with the Microsoft map on it. They're not exactly the same. We're at 1,000 feet here. Is that a runway? No, no, no. To my left. We're gonna have to fly a grid here. Let's fly along the shoreline, which is gonna be my guess. Then we're gonna fly back around here. Just trying to level out here. It's really hard to level out actually outside the aircraft. Let me get inside for a second. Lower my throttle a bit here. Actually, that's looking pretty level right there. Alright. Is that a road? Is that a shoreline? That's a beach. Well, there's a beach we could land on. It's not great. A lake. Where's that runway? Okay, let's stay more to the right so we can do a grid, an inland grid here. I believe we're in the right spot, but not seeing anything here. I wonder if it's that next island, maybe. How much gas do we have? And we are down. Just gonna make it. If we make it. I just don't feel like I'm seeing a runway here. That looks like a crater, like a meteor crater right there. Oh, I guess it's just sort of like a drainage bit. It's interesting though, it's kind of round. See no runway. Lots of beach line here. I think that airport's not here. Let's somewhere, but I don't think it's right quite here. Am I going too far if I cross this bay? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's too far. We're gonna turn around here. Eyes peeled. I'm gonna fly a grid. So we've flown along the shore. Let's fly a little more inland here. I'm also suspicious I may have passed it on that other island. I mean, I didn't see it, but let's have another look here. We need to stay level down here. We don't want to get back in those clouds. Also, this is going to be a 2,000 foot grass strip, so it's going to be small. Okay, we're searching. So to recap, we are searching for a little grass strip here. It'll be tiny, and so far no luck. I swear we're in the right place, but I don't see anything. I wonder if it's in the snow over here. Could be. That looks like a golf course almost, doesn't it? It's just kind of entertaining. Seen that little lake, seen that area. Needle in a haystack here. There's lots of flat candidates, but this is what I'll do here. We're gonna continue this. Ooh, altitude. I'm gonna hit the point where we have to ditch. We're gonna have to just land anyways. And then once I do that, I'll pick a spot, a landing spot, and we'll take a look at the Microsoft in-game map and see how close I got. And that, and then make a decision from there. Either go for the emergency landing, or head to the airport if it's just like kind of duh, and we'll do a touch and go on the grass strip. Would be pretty fun. Man, we gotta be close though. It's gotta be like right here. So what do I think again? I think it's behind me here. Not behind me currently, but behind me a minute ago. I think that rocky mountain over there across the way is the real location. I just didn't spot it. Let's try that again. We're gonna go back over there because I don't like this terrain here. This is all like kind of swampy and nothing straight, nothing flat. It's anything plowed out. If it's in the snow, that's a whole other situation. And it might be, but I'm suspicious again that it's actually right in front of me here somewhere. This island bit here, because this is the rockier, higher ground, that'd be the spot you probably have the airport. Oh my gosh, I just spotted it. Is that it? Because you'd want kind of like that bedrock, and then out of the swamp to have a hard runway, and I think I just spotted it right there on the shore. Look at that. Right there off the nose. Oh my gosh, we might have made it. Whoa. That was a really close call here today. Very close. We're down to how many gallons? What's my fuel state here? 5 gallons, huh? 5.5 gallons? How much time in the air do I have? Take a look at this. 5 gallons. Wow, where's it? What am I thinking here? 30 minutes? No way. We only 30 minutes of gas left? Is that right? Yeah, it might be. That probably makes sense. Let's see, what time do I have here? I have, yeah, that's probably pretty close to that, yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's right. I think I have more time. I got a bit. I think I could squeeze actually another hour out of this. At 5 gallons? No, because we're at 10 gallons per hour fuel flow. So if we're at 5 gallons, yeah, actually, I'd probably it's marginal, man. We're down to the wire here. Okay, I gotta fly. Okay, mess around with this. Let's get the throttle back up. We are just gonna make it. I'm gonna open the cowl flaps a hair. With icing, I wonder if you would open the cowl flaps because you might ingest a bunch of ice. So I'm not entirely sure about that. So maybe we'll leave the cowl flaps. I'd have to look at the pilot operating handbook around that situation. Okay, let's have a look at that airport runway again. Okay, so the winds are 290. What do I think the what is this? This is a 28. We want a 2.8 heading into that. That's not right. showing correct. Really? 28010? I'm sorry, 28. 110 is what I mean 100 is what I mean here. So 28100. That does not. I don't think that's right. My notes are not what I think the airport is here. 1,500 feet. Let's see if we got a. Is there any ATC here? No. No. All right. Just made it for sunset. We should do. Let's have a look at this. This runway heading is. I mean, maybe it is 28 and 100. Yeah, that's almost parallel. Look at that, right there. We're nearly on the parallel. Yeah, that's probably okay. So we want to do. Okay, we're gonna call this maybe call this a right downwind for 28. What we're gonna do here. 1,100. Okay, quick landing checklist trim. Cow flaps. We're going to leave the cow flaps closed because I don't know what that's going to do with ice. Make that risk. Alternate static on. I have no idea what the barometric pressure is. 1,000 feet. Prop, mixture, cow flaps. Okay, yeah, we're pretty good. Hard to tell our approach speed. Alright, let's see what we got here. This is... Yeah, this is good. We can just... Let's just follow this spit of land. And let's get back inside the aircraft here. Okay, off we go. Alright, we're going to turn into base for 28. Alright, here we go. We got here. What are we, 800 feet? Here it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, throttle back, throttle back. I'm gonna just kind of lose a little bit here. Altitude. Just a hair. Good. This is a short airport, so we gotta get slow. I don't think I'll make it this first try. I think we're gonna find out how it looks and check the conditions. Maybe see if we see a windsock would be really good. If this isn't an airport, it's close enough. We'll say that. I can't tell what my airspeed is here, so. Would I say it's a left crosswind? Maybe. That's a bit of a tree. Whoa. We're a little faster than I thought. Okay, we're going around here. Are we gonna, like, we almost touch and go? Almost. Okay, good enough. Windsock? No. No windsock, huh? Yeah, alright. Let's do that again. Power here, 500 feet. Back in the aircraft. That nose down. So we get this landing. It's gonna be a challenging landing. It's a short runway for sure. Let's extend this just a hair in this before we do the downwind. Get a little more of a setup here. So glad I spotted that airport. I'd like to look back on the video and see if I can spot it when I didn't spot it, if that makes sense. We flew over it on the way out. Probably when I crossed that ridge line. See how it's hidden here along the shoreline? It's kind of a perfect situation to miss that airport, isn't it? You know, because you're kind of looking short of the mountain. Then you cross and your eyeballs are already far ahead, and you might miss this little bit here. In real life, would you miss it? I don't know. I think it'd be easier in real life because you'd be looking all directions outside, you know. Here we have to more deliberately look around, but you really can't discount those illusions and what that could do. Okay, here we go. 600 feet. Have a look at that. Where is it? Here's that land, which is a good reference point. Trees on the right side of that runway. Okay, so we want to get down below on tree deck here. This will be I'm not sure we're going to make a full stop, but this might be another run, probably my third landing. It'd be good practice anyways. Frankly, it's short landing, short airstrip. It's Look, is that a tiny road there? There is. There's like a tiny... I think that's a little dirt road or something. Maybe it's just graphics. Beach graphics, I don't know. Okay, let's do this again. Here we go, here we go. Powering back. Hey there, puppy. Hi. Hang on. I'm gonna land. The dog's here. Dog in the flight deck. Oh, no, no, no. Hang on. Wait. Hang on. Hang on. We're gonna have to go around because of the dog. just give me a moment. Okay, power. It's a little slow here. Still, look how fast we are. Once you get down low, look at that speed we have here. We got a lot of speed. No, we're gonna go around, aren't we? That was better. This train's sloping downward here, isn't it? That is not good. I'm tempted to actually land on the downwind just for the upslope. Frankly, I think that's a much better... Let's try it. Let's see what that looks like. How's our gas state? Our gas state is bad. Cut that power back. Yeah, I want to land on the upslope, So we're going to just do like a weird traffic pattern here. Do kind of a circle around. Let's see, what do I show here? 14%. Yeah, there's... That's only 10% usable or less. The engine quits at about 5%, I believe, where we hit that unusable bit of gas there. There's a gallon at least that's unusable, so that's a major factor to think about that. Is that those are buildings right there, right? That's where that is. Here's like the little village or what have you. Okay, power back. Yeah, look at that. There is a little, let's overfly these little village here. We're going to take a look at this. That's nice. That's cute. Beautiful bay out here. Yeah, it's a little village. Community center in the middle. Okay, whoa, let's not impact the terrain. Slow. Okay, get it back again. Yeah, well, that was kind of a flyby, so... Oh, look, is that a road now? Did that just appear, or was that there? I didn't even notice it before. Oh yeah, this is much easier. This is almost a full stop right here. We just about have it. That was much easier. Is that a full stop? No, I don't think so. We're going around... That's too marginal. It was a little... wasn't good. I didn't like that. That was... I should have gone for the go-around much quicker than I just did. It's dangerous. It worked out, but I wouldn't want to do it that way. Cut it that close, right? Go for that go-around much quicker. We're going to try that again. Okay, we're at 700 feet. Whoop. But, we kind of did a unstabilized flyby, so... that's what you get. Also enjoy the sunset for another minute before we call it quits for the night. As soon as I get that full stop, that's it. Call it for the night. Got to our sunset time. What is our sunset time here? About 30 minutes after the hour. Zulu time. Gonna be right at 0:30. 1,300 feet. That's too high. Ah, beautiful. Enjoy our sunset here. Well, I should it's getting dark, actually. Slightly darker. Is that kind of bit good? Beautiful. Look at that, right? Sunset. Perfect. What a perfect day this turned into in the end, honestly. I was kind of sweating some of those moments back there, but here we are, sunset. There's the airport. That it was like this slow drama. So when I was talking about being trapped on top of that cloud deck, very dangerous, but it's just like this very gentle dangerous. Nothing's happening, just floating above the clouds. Just maybe gonna die. you don't find your way out of that situation. So it's, you know, it's not okay. We're too high. 500 feet. I'm gonna do we're gonna do another flyby here and turn around and line up. Little village. Love it. Love it. 400 feet. Let's level here. Bring a little throttle back. What are we, 13%? We're gonna... Shouldn't do too many abrupt bank angles here, because that'd be another good way to unseat the gas. Like if we're doing a pattern, say, and we're doing a lot of left turn, left turn, left turn. In some aircraft, if you had the left-right fuel tanks and the wings, you could be in real trouble there. This is all center, right? So it's not so much of a factor, but it's still be very difficult to run this thing out of gas accidentally with a low gas situation here. Where certainly the FAA would take a dim view to this entire flight. Couldn't really do this in real life. They would be unhappy. Be barely survivable. Okay, here we go. Power off. Is that really let's dirty that up a little bit. We're just gonna slip right rudder. Okay, pulling out that right rudder. So much airspeed. So much airspeed. Oh, maybe. Okay, we're gonna have to think about that go around soon. Oh wait. Slow. Yeah, it's slow. Are we down? We're not down. Oh no! Oh, look at this! Yeah. Oh, that was fun. That was dumb. I was pushing it way too far. Oh, that's good. That's a short, that 2,000 foot runway. I won't call that made, so I'm gonna try that one more time. Let's see. That was a blast. That was a good try. Now, where's that runway? There it is. Okay, so we want to take off from that end. It says departure, fly. Off we go. I still want to make that, so I'm going to try it again. I thought it would like slow down a bit more than it did, but no, it was no good. That's the second time I've crashed right at the last 30 seconds of flight. Isn't that typical? Takeoff and landings always being your trickiest bit here. Okay, here we go. Alright, power up. We need to hit that threshold much slower. I'd say there's a left crosswind here. Look at this. Look at the way that I was close to making it. That little cloud deck down there. I mean, sorry, the cloud deck, the tree deck right there. If I had just made it to those trees, I would have just made it. Okay, let's go around here. Whoop. Jump in. That's what I get for fooling around with the views too. Real serious landing, I really have to focus on staying inside the aircraft. I'm just gonna adjust that trim a bit. Trim. Am I not like? If I have the window selected wrong, the trim goes crazy. Here we go. Alright. Have a look. Enjoy the sunset a bit more. Okay, I'll jump out for a minute, but when I start to really turn to final, I gotta definitely get back inside the aircraft. 650 feet. A little airport. I'd love to see that sunset above this cloud deck, but I don't. There's no near hole. Almost. Oh, I should put the gas back to how it was. That's kind of entertaining, actually. Let me see. Wait a minute. Just offends me. There we go. Let's oh, wrong way. There. Okay, main fuel tank. Great. Okay. And the fuel state, that's going to be 0. And then that's going to be down. What were we? About like 12. Let's call that 12. 12%. Okay. Beautiful. Alright. Gonna turn a final yet? No. Let's stay inside the aircraft now. Blast the sun. Okay, we'll destroy this for a moment. Float our way. Beautiful, beautiful. Great end of the day here. Found the airport right at sunset. Practice this short 2,000-foot runway, which is utterly ridiculous. Okay, we're gonna jump back in now and take it seriously, and can get this nailed. This is a speedy beast. It doesn't like short field at all. I'll definitely say that. We're at 900 feet here. This is okay. Alright, here we go. 700 feet, 600 feet, 500 feet. There's a runway. Right, let's bleed this airspeed. Bleed, bleed, bleed. Also, I wonder if we have some tailwind here. Because that last try, I ran into the trees at the end. This is still too fast. This is way too fast. We're going around. Let's do that. Alright, here we go. We're like 100 knots. We'll do... Make it around. Back that throttle off hair. Have a look at that. Okay. Okay, we're going to turn the downwind. This is a pretty standard left turn kind of traffic pattern here over the water, I feel. So, you know, I wonder if I am landing with a tailwind, maybe do I have to take the downhill headwind versus really fast? It feels so fast when we come in. We're going to try this one more time, and if this doesn't work, I'm going to change runways. I bet there's no windsock. You know, and the theory being here that that's our situation, right? Is that we have too much tailwind. Yeah, it was a lot of wind, a lot of speed there at the end. All considering, I'm gonna guess that we are still showing that 290. Let's see how slow we can get. Get some more nose trim here on this. I still don't give myself high odds of nailing this at all. This is still looks not good to me. I think it's probably right. I bet it's too much tailwind. Look at all that airspeed I have. I have like way too much airspeed. Okay, now we're air braking. We're kind of at an air braking stage here. We go. Oh yeah, we're gonna be nice and slow. Oh, we're gonna be right on the edge here. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh man, I nailed it. What? That's still so much roll though. Look at that. I'm holding the nose up though. Oh, let's see how we did there. Oh my gosh, look at that. All of a sudden I just nail it. What? Okay, let's try the other one. That was just too, after all that, there it is. See what happens when you mean it? Okay, but, I'm curious if I could make that downhill. Let's take it around. Yeah, I didn't even... we landed like first 1,000 feet easy. I'd say... I mean, look at how that, like... I feel like there's a little bit of... Okay, let's do this as like a teardrop. We're going to go to the left. And I'm going to teardrop this around. That makes sense. This is my... I got way too much airspeed here. Let's cut it back. That nose down. I still have the trim in, so it's kind of wants to buck up too much. 100 knots, 90 knots, 1,000 feet. Nose down. Let's start swinging around. Where is that? Where are we? Looks good. 80 knots. little more power here. Well, we could lose like, we still have to lose like 500 feet, so let's go with that. See if we can keep this right here below 90 knots and lose what we need to lose. There's 80. This is a tougher direction. Look at this like land in our way here. I need a little bit of power here. 80. We need to cruise a bit. Get around this hillside here. This would be a good place to hit a duck. Alright, there we are, 650. 80 knots. Let's get a little slower. We're gonna be slow. We're gonna be slow to do this downhill. More trim, more trim. I'm 70 knots. 600 feet. We're what's our terrain here? It's about a little bit of terrain. There's 65 knots. Okay, we're too slow. I can't see the runway, so I'm gonna just kind of go to the left a little bit here. That's it. Can't even see it. There it is, there it is. There's the threshold. I kind of S-turn in again. Yep, okay. There we go, 60 knots, 500 feet. We're the last, just 200 feet here. Then this terrain rises like 200 feet, I feel. There it is, there it is. I'm gonna cut the throttle here. I feel like we've got it made here. There it is, there it is. Just float down, float, 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 float. Come on, come on, cut it off. There it is, there it is. Yeah, it's tough to do the downhill, isn't it? I'm keeping my right wing down because I feel like that's where the crosswind was. It does feel that way. Oh, beautiful. That was tougher. Look, we're using the whole runway there. There it is. We've made it. There it is. Yeah, we've made it right there. That was much tougher, and I believe that had more of the headwind component, which, you know, it tells you a lot about that factors between that uphill. This is a very interesting airport, actually. I'd love to come back here and do some more practicing. This is a really good 2,000 foot strip with challenging, you know, it's got this rising terrain. That's challenging. There's hills around it. That kind of does things to you. And then it's only $2,000. It's short. It's very short. This speedy planes, difficult to land. Yeah, this is a pretty. I love it. This is a really interesting airport. I might have to pop back here. It's just too bad there's not a windsock. You know, the lack of the windsock is really ruins. That's the only bad factor. If you had a windsock here, it'd be the perfect practice airport for short field landing and heavy crosswinds or what have you. Is that a flag, maybe? This is the FBO here. This thing on the left. What is that right there? Like a little shack. That's the shack for the airport. So then you get the weather there, a little satellite dish or what have you. Alright, that's good. That's fun. That was crazy. I would do for wind direction indicator here. That was fun. Alright, so to recap, we took off from the Diavik Diamond Mine, above a cloud deck until we can finally circle my way. We could circle our way through this waterway and find this airport, which is sort of misplaced, but it's labeled as the Kugluktuk Airport within Microsoft. In reality, it's probably 1,000 miles to the west at the Copper River entrance, so it's a little bit misplaced, but we'll take it. This is on our route to Greenland. Having this beautiful day. It was a great flight. It was very concerning. I was going to run out of fuel. We started with negative fuel. It was a fueling problem at the beginning, so we lost like half of the auxiliary fuel tank. Not a huge deal, but I took it as like a, you know, legitimate error or what have you. So we're on fumes here. Look at that, we're at 6%. The engine's about to cut out. Let's see if it cuts out. I'm just gonna hold the. Gonna put at max fuel flow. Let's watch the sunset and see if we. I don't know. We're gonna really hang out for this, but it was a good flight day. Thank you anyone who's be watching this. It was fun. Cross country, very dangerous. Don't do that in real life. We're doing just sort of dead reckoning navigation, which is, you know, compass headings and times and whatnot. Guessing at the winds. Very few landmarks, no radio navs, and no instruments, no IFR instruments for that kind of situation. So it was pretty challenging for that kind of thing. It's very fun. We're in northern Canada. Let's see, there's 5%. Maybe it's in here somewhere that the engine's going to cut out, but that should do it. So the next leg is going to be another long leg. I don't have the name of the airport yet. It's going to be marginal. I think I actually have to gas at a nearby airport, which is the, I think it was a Cambridge Bay airport. Let's see. I'm going to gas up at Cambridge Bay. Yeah, there it is, Cambridge Bay. Right now they're having a snowstorm at Cambridge Bay. We gas up at Cambridge Bay, and then we can head to the east and see if we can get closer to Greenland, get closer to the coastline, and then make the jump over to Greenland. So there'll be one more leg to the coast. Is that going to get me there? I'll be close to that. I'll be nearly... If I'm not at the coast, I'll be minor leg to the coastline, which is the larger bay. I should know this bay offhand. Is it the Hudson? No. Maybe. But it is the large bay in between Greenland and northern Canada up there. Let's see, is there a... I think that I have Google Maps up as well. Let me just have a quick look at that. Is that... It's a Davis Strait... Oh, it's a Baffin Bay. Baffin Bay. Yeah, Baffin Bay, Davis Strait. We're north of the Northwestern Passages, I guess is the name of that lake there. Lake system that connects, and we're you know, this large bay of water that I'm on here, what is that? This spot, there we go, I'm finding it. We are Google Maps doesn't have it, come on now. Fisher's Island, the Bathurst Inlet. Bathurst Inlet is the general area we're in here. And what is this large body of water? It's the Coronation Gulf. Sounds like that was named during that era of Elizabethan exploration out here in the northwest. Coronation sounds that way. Edinburgh Island, yeah, it's got those names out there. Oh, did the mission just skip? That it for engine is still like okay. Oh. I'm overcoming the brakes, so I can't crank it that much. Thermal showing here. Yeah, there we go. Barometric pressure changed all of a sudden. 5%. Wow, that was a... When I think that here we are landing, and that would have been... And we're right about to hit the... bounce off the unusable fuel. There was very little margin left. Amazing. That was amazing. It was a long, slow terror. Alright, I think I shut it down here, but somewhere in here that engine's over. It's a good flight. Thank you anybody who's joining. And I'll probably be another week, probably next weekend I'll be back up in the air. Thank you. Go ahead and shut it down.